Now the program will start about commercial kitchen, cost management and profitability. I would like to request on Daya Chef Nimish Bhatia, our mentor. Please come. I would like to call upon Chef Ramesh Babu Jawaji ji. Please come on the dais. Chef Subrato Goswami ji, please come on dais. I would like to request Chef Birbal Singh Rawat, please come on dais. I would like to invite Chef Akshay Kulkarni. Chef, please, we would like to invite you on dais. Now program is going to start about cost management and profitability. Chef Akshay Kulkarni, please do come as early as possible. Today for discussion about commercial kitchen trendsetter 2024, cost management and profitability. First, would like to give mic one-to-one. They will have a small brief themselves, introduce themselves. Go Swamiji.
Hi everyone, my name is Chef Subrato Goswami. I am a consultant in the culinary field. So I have been a chef for more than 36 years and now I'm doing my own consultancy in Bangalore across India, and I'm based out of Bangalore. So I do a lot of these restaurants and bar, pubs, like that. Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Chef Akshay Kulkarni. I head the culinary operations at Culinary Academy of India. It's the first culinary school of India. I do teach facility management for the students of the final year. And there are times when we do get some projects for consultancy. A lot of my students who have got into consultancy now, they do come approach me for help required as far as facility management is concerned. I'm looking forward for an interesting discussion today.
I'm Nimish Bhatia, and I think the best thing to call myself is a chef, and that's what I've been doing last 3.5 decades, and looking forward for this discussion. Thank you.
Hello. It's okay, no? All right. I'm Chef Ramesh Jawaji. Well, I'm a chef too. It's just that I've been a chef for almost over 46 years. I've been a chef for almost 46 years across, so little experiences in America, Canada. I'm a Canadian national, but I love India, so I come back and I'm an OCI. So I've been in different, this one I'm part of the executive committee of IFCA also, and I'm also a certified culinary educator. Presently, I used to be with ITC Hotels since inception as a senior executive chef and the ITC Hospitality Management Institute. But more than anything, I'm in the chef's camaraderie, and I like to teach and participate and learn. That's what. I'm still young and kicking to learn. God bless you.
My name is Birbal Singh Rawat. I'm working in Jalpan restaurant past from 15 years, and in the industry past from 30 years. Basically, I am an Indian chef where I started in 2000, and today doing so many different things where we design the kitchen, cost control, management, recruitment, everything. We do the new projects from zero to operation and then keep on running. Like this, many things we are doing. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Beautiful introduction. All youngsters are there. If you wanted to understand about how the commercial kitchen start from inceptional to operation up to the ROI. Today, we have a few questions. I am going to moderate this, going to ask all the veteran chefs. Later, there will be a question and answer. You can also ask and learn from the seniors. Chef, first, yeah, I am Rotarian Girish Aradhya. I am a passionate hotel consultant. I've done my engineering and MBA. I design hotels. I started my career from Leela, Bengaluru, 20 years back as a design consultant. Then I move on to Royal Arcade, the Sarora Park Plaza, first in Bangalore, South India flagship they started. I was with Mr. Anil Madok. Then I move on to Citrus. The Citrus first hotel started at Bengaluru. I was a part of design, construction, setting up the hotel, and pre-opening and post-opening. So my strength is design, build, and operate. This is the small introduction. Still, I am a student. I am learning from you all. I was part of, I have a brand called G Park Hospitality. I do a small social service. As I told you, Rotarian. I have done my Guinness Book of Record in environment. I am a doctorate awardee. Thank you. Chef, first we'll start from our mentor, Chef Nimish Bhatia ji.
Thank you.
Please tell us, in hospitality, the kitchen is very, very important. Like how hospital, the ICU is very important. Similar way, without F&B, no hotel will run. To run a food and beverage outlet, you need a kitchen. So today, I would like to ask about what is the challenge in F&B process today, Bhatia ji?
Thank you, Girishji. I think very well said about ICU, but I will take it otherwise. We are always in celebration mood. So whether in hotels, restaurants, or any F&B event, we talk only about celebration, whether you're celebrating a Sunday, Monday, or you're celebrating an anniversary, birthday, or a wedding. So that is what it is. And kitchens are very important. It's like bloodstream. And this is what we celebrate. And now you spoke about the task management. So I think we need to find a perfect recipe. Like we cook, so there has to be a perfect recipe for everything. Whether it is the equipment, whether it is the kitchen design, whether it is the service design, whether it is the pots and pans, whether it is your menu card, or whether the final thing comes on a dining plate. So there's a selling price, there is a cost price, and the profitability is always better when you can have a harmony in between.
Thank you, Nimish Chef. I would like to ask now Chef Ramesh Babu Jauji ji, what is the vision of kitchen, especially commercial kitchen in hotel, according to you, Chef?
Okay, at the outset, at the outset, they say a nation without a vision will perish. So we need vision. When you say there is Panavision, Spectra vision, color vision, there is blind vision also. One is team management is important. So when you look at a vision, if as an owner, entrepreneur, you have a vision, you have to take everybody along with it. There is unity as a team. United we stand, divided we fall. Remember that. Anytime. Unless there is whatever foe or something, whether it be in the forces or in life, a positive approach is good. So vision means you got to be clear and focused. When you're talking about a business, there has to be profitability, there has to be human relations, there has to be fairness and balance, there has to be standardization, there has to be operations, and there has to be coordination, and there has to be communication, and there has to be effective communication so that you execute what you plan. So always the gap is between planning and execution. We plan a lot. Everybody, I don't want to say who, many promise a lot. So if you're a promise keeper, you keep your promise. A man of integrity in hospitality, who has punctuality, who has discipline, and who has one vision and one mind is always there. So vision has to be clear. So in profitability, it's not only profitability, but it's also the participation of the thing and the welfare of the people whom you do, and the clients are important. And where are you, where do you want to go, and how do you want to go? That is the vision. God bless you.
Thank you, Chef Ramesh Babu Jawaji ji. Now over to Chef Akshay Kulkarni ji. According to you, what is the cost control in kitchen, chef? What is the cost control at the kitchen, according to you? The principles of cost control.
Right. So the first thing is, if a kitchen is in operation, the reason behind is we are looking for earning profits. And the job of a chef is to ensure that we earn those profits. And there are a few key elements that one as a kitchen leader needs to observe during the first thing is it starts with the menu planning. So if you have a proper menu planned, then probably you're definitely saving a lot of costs. Like in case you probably are getting an entire carcass of chicken into your kitchen, then you need to ensure that every single part of the chicken is probably added up onto the menu so that you save the cost. So there's no wastage out there. That's the first thing. Two, the equipments that we buy, because we spend a lot of money investing in equipments. So there has to be I probably use the term saying that ROI on the equipment that has been purchased. That means what is the return on investment I'm going to get when in case I probably install an equipment into a kitchen. So it's just probably if I invest a lakhs of rupees on an oven, but I just have one product probably placed on the menu, then probably to get an ROI out of that oven, it's going to be years. So ensure that when you buy equipment, you probably are ensuring that there are a lot of products which can be taken out of that kitchen. The other things, of course, are you probably need to ensure that lot of less food wastage is happening, or probably try and see how you can make the best of the food wastage. You try to cook with leftovers and try to ensure that hygiene and sanitation is followed so that we do not try and waste a lot. A lot of technology today which is available in the market, which can be definitely used in ensuring that a lot of food doesn't go waste and ends up into profitability. I think that's what I would probably say a chef's job would be when it comes to profitability.
So nice of you. Briefly explain, micromanagement about cost control. Now, I would like to request Chef Subrato Goswami ji. What is the main important role as an executive chef? You have traveled across the globe, worked various brands in India. What is the most factors, the important role as executive chef when it comes to a cost management and profitability? How important role as a army, the captain must be in a flight, captain is very, very important because everybody travel with the trust. So how important as a executive chef, as a head of the food and beverage at production, what's your view on this, chef?
Thank you, Girish. So, as all of you know, as young chefs, upcoming chefs, so our industry is changing very, very drastically. So, like when we joined the industry, the chefs that we worked for, so they were more like only chefs, means technically in the kitchen and taking care of kitchens. But the role of chefs over the years have changed. So now the chefs are no longer only cooking. The chefs are now managers also. They are business managers. They are not only managers, they are business managers. So if you look at a standalone restaurant or even a hotel, in today's date, the big responsibility lies on the shoulder of a chef. How? He is managing people, he is managing resources, he is managing money, basically. So the person who is heading the kitchen team as executive chef, so he needs to actually focus on how he has to integrate all these resources and ensure that he generates profit for his organization or for the company that he's working for. So this is, I'm just putting it in a very small gist, the role of a chef, which is changed over the years. So now if you go to details like how do we control cost, how do we control manning, because optimum utilization of any resource, manpower is also a resource, food ingredients is also a resource, even the space, because nowadays if you look at it, space is becoming more and more costly, whether it is a hotel space, whether it is a restaurant space. So the kitchens are no longer very big, they are very compact. Now, a chef or as a consultant, which I am right now from a chef, so as consultants or as chefs, we need to also design kitchens which are very efficient. We cannot take the liberty ki, okay, we just scatter everything here and there, but we will manage. Because those days are gone now. It has to be very compact. The kitchens has to be very, very efficient. So now what is happening is you will see a lot of equipments which were non-existent in earlier kitchens are now coming into the kitchen, which is actually helping in the production. And not only production, it is also helping in the controlling of the overall cost and giving or adding to the profitability of the organization. So this is how the role of the chef has changed. Now chefs are more involved in not only menu planning, they are also involved in budgeting, which earlier the F&B manager used to do and send a mail or a note to the chef. When we joined the industry, a note used to come like a memo, ki, okay, now your food cost budget has been set at XYZ percentage. Today's date, the chef is no longer a passive person in this budgeting. A chef takes a very, very active role and participate in the whole process of budgeting. So he says, okay, this is where we are going. This is the kind of business that I can generate. And this is the way I can do a lot of saving in terms of cost. And that is why my food cost has to be this. And I can achieve it. So it is an achievable target. It is not like thrust upon a chef by some person who is his boss or who is working as his colleague. Not like that. It doesn't work anymore like that. So this is the whole scenario which is changed over the years, and this is how I feel that the chef's role is to contribute towards the profiteering of a particular organization.
Thank you, Chef Subrato Goswami. You explained very well, like in a cricket, all-rounders is very important. So no more chef responsibility is just be a chef. Now he has to be a all-rounder. Then only the organization is going to get more profitability and accountability. Thank you, chef. Now, Birbal ji, how, as a executive chef, how important when you open an outlet, you are going to appoint, today is the more challenge is HR. You know, getting skill is most important. Though we in India, we have a lot of hotel management, still every day owners call me, Girish, can you get me a Indian chef? Can you get me a Conti chef? Can you get me a coffee tea maker? You know, so much youngsters are there. Still, we have a scarcity because government is not taking or any federations are not taking any step forward to give a HR. I would like to ask Chef Birbal, in your experience, as a chef, how much important role when you are appointing your team? You have a multi-cuisine, you have a global cuisine, you have so many menu engineering. In that, appointing a HR, a chefs, cooks, all your F&B production, how important? Because this is going to impact on costing and profitability, cost management. So as Goswami chef is already told budgeting, earlier he used to do, now chef, he has to act like a owner. So how important today while during you appointing your team members for kitchen?
Yeah, thank you, sir. It is very important that recruitment has to be done in a proper way. Recruitment is the most important part. Recruitment, when you are hiring anyone, you have to see the experience, qualified, knowledge, many things are there. Recruitment again, it is in hierarchy way. A executive chef has a very big role overall in the organization because he is the most important person. Either it is restaurant or hotel. The executive chef has to focus very deeply that how useful that person can be. Designation wise, the hierarchy wise, the recruitment has to be done. So commis, DCTP, CTP or sous chef, anybody. The experience has to be seen in a very well. And after recruiting, what all can be done, or food trial, whatever it is. So many things are there. When you are recruiting, recruitment is proper, the team become proper. If your recruitment is not proper, then team again going to be here and there. So recruitment, while recruiting the person, you have to see many things. At the same time, salary structure. Many people comes to us, they ask the different salary, which they are not actually for that. But they ask. So we check that. Either he is capable for that post or not. We take the trial, we take the interview, many things. So when the recruitment you are doing, recruitment has to be in a proper, your budgeted way. Right, sir? Thanks. Sir.
Thank you, chef. Yes, well you explained, because when it comes to profit and loss, the team members are very important. If India is winning today World Cup, team is important. So as a chef, while you don't select your teammates technically with standard operating procedure, then tomorrow whole organization will be in the task. Thank you, chef. Nimesh chef, I would like to ask, today the challenges with the entrepreneurs, the owners, always they want their return of investment should be in stipulated time. Today, now you know the cost of the kitchen setup. How you balance as a head of the organization, how you can really convince the investors who can start a hotel, a startup, new setup. Please explain.
Thank you so much. Very interesting question. See, when we do a commercial entity, maybe a restaurant, maybe a hotel, maybe a eatery, maybe a bar, the ultimate purpose is to get profits. The ultimate purpose is to get the return on investment. So it matters from the time we select the space, its rental, its buying capacity, to its making, whether it's interior or whether it's the back of the house, whether there's a kitchen equipment, the service design, the amount of money we spend in terms of crockery, cutlery, glassware, the menu which we're going to put in, the ingredients which we map with the menu, and finally the dish which comes out. Now, this is a circle. How do you get into the profitability is the biggest key. So there has to be a competition between sale and the cost. As long as you can have sale as a winner, and a winner with a bright sprint, and the cost can be running on on a little lower extent, but it doesn't mean that you run cost without giving a quality, because win in hospitality is not one time purchase. Like you go to purchase a shirt, you want to purchase one time and next time you look at another brand, look at another thing. This is, you can only be successful if you are doing a repeat customer. So you have to have consistency. For example, you are making a simple thing like a coffee or like a samosa. You have to have that same samosa, same weight, same potato, same frying every time. And that is where slowly you will build up a customer base. That customer base is your loyal customer, and that is the consistency. And as a chef, as a professional chef, as we have to advise somebody, when he's opening something, he has to look at it in the long term. And that long term is, how can we have a thing as A at day 1, A at day 10, A at the 10th year. That is the key. And that key comes with something what we call is a standard operating procedure, or the mapping of the service design with standard operating procedure, the people, the skill, the menu, and finally, the business plan. The most important thing is the business plan. The business plan tells you that what do you buy, what do you sell. And you have to audit this business plan every now and then. Like when we cook food, we taste at every interval. If you boil a potato, you put a salt, you taste it. You fry it, you taste it again. You make an accompaniment, a chutney, you taste that. You put on a plate, you taste it, because you have to be sure what you're doing. So your business plan tells you where you are right, where you are wrong. And if you do everything right, I think that is the success.
Thank you, Chef. Now, Ramesh Babu Jawaji, Chef. Now, I would like to ask, today, the technology is growing. The iCloud kitchens are happening, aggregates like Zomato, Swiggy. What is the challenge today? They take 28-30% out of your whatever profit, aggregates only taking it. How entrepreneur owners are going to sustain? So what is your view on this? How you can manage today on the aggregator base?
Okay, rather valid question is asked. Harder to answer than to practice it. Yes, challenges are there. There is AI, and there's Zomato and Swiggy and other fast kitchens, cloud kitchens are all there. Then profitability is a very important factor in the business, no doubt about it. Like I used to work for ITC Hotels, and our chairman, he's not late chairman, Mr. Deveshwar, he said, if you can't get me 38 to 40%, up to 42% of net profit with me, 42%, don't even talk to me about a plan. So it's futile. Many of them get into industry without any idea about that one. Now the question is asked about, how do you overcome that? So when you talk about an organization, we talk about location, location, location. When you talk about a product, I would say quality, quality, quality. I'm sorry. So quality is imperative. So when you think of quality, everybody thinks of pricing. Pricing is very important. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Pricing is very important. I don't doubt it. But pricing doesn't mean that it's all about cost. You take away the prime things. Sorry. Pricing is about accountability. Pricing is about managing your products. So how do you manage your products? That means you have an account, like ghar mein jaake kharidte, we go and buy stuff or something, but you see how much value you can get out of each of the things. So you look at your product, you look at your people, you look at your resources, and look at where you want to sell. So you have an idea. So when you have a profit, it's not just profit. You look at customer value. Value for is he getting value for money? Whenever we see, I know, my friend refreshingly gave me a cardamom. It all depends how you look at it, positive and negative. The positive is it refreshes your mouth. But then my communication is a little, this one, please pardon me. So, as I said, margin of profitability is always important, but focus cannot be on profitability. The focus will be on the product. The focus has to be on the on the quality of everything. So when you look at quality and then you effectively manage your quality and your product, so you'll be
Be cool, chef. Take it easy.
no, I'm okay. They say passion can never go out of fashion, so I'm passionate about it. Sorry to be like that, but this is human. These kind of challenges will come. We got to overcome. So profitability is an important factor, and these kind of things. So if you have your product in focus, the whom you want to sell, and what is the quality of your product, and you know your customer. You always do food trials, and you check it out, and you see as a customer what is your perception. I think then you can have your profit margin accordingly, and when there is value for money, people will pay. That is basic. That's about it.
Thank you, chef. Please.
You said the aggregators,
Yes.
like Zomato and other people who take about anything between 20 to 28% of your whole volume, and your food cost is about 32%.
Yes.
Your rental cost is 10-11%.
Yeah.
Your staff cost is about 14 to 17%.
More than.
So what do you get at the end? The whole margin is about 5%. And the best person to answer, trust me on this, and who's doing, and he's also heading a lot of cloud kitchen chains and advising is Chef Goswami. I think he will put a better word than all of us in this particular thing. Sorry, I interrupted.
No problem. No problem, chef. Yes.
Okay, if
Yes,
you
chef.
allow me.
Yeah, please.
So actually, during the COVID time, I was running my own cloud kitchen. Okay, I set up a cloud kitchen and I started running it. It was doing pretty well during the COVID time. So the main crux and the main functioning of a cloud kitchen is all about how you manage the cost. Because you are working on a very, very tight rope. The costs are high, the profitability is low, but still you have to make profit. Because if you don't make profit, end of the day, it's a business and then you have to shut it down. So it doesn't make sense. So all your efforts, everything will go waste if you are just shutting it down. So here comes the main formula. Like, first of all, you need to calculate very well where you are operating the cloud kitchen, what is your clientele, what you are going to sell, and what you are going to sell decides how much profit you are going to make. Now, if you are operating in a middle class or a low middle class sort of a locality, and your dishes or the things what you are selling, the menu, those are very high priced. Nobody is going to buy your products. Okay, so you will not have too much of sale. At the same time, if your products are too less priced, then what happens is people will think that okay, you are using substandard quality products. So it has to be very, very well balanced. For that, you need to plan very well what you are going to sell, what price you are going to sell, taking into account that yes, the aggregators are going to take away a large chunk of your revenue. And of course, the other things like the fixed costs, like your rentals, your salaries, and the variable costs like your food cost, your electricity, all those things are going to cut into your profitability margins. So there, the planning part is very, very crucial before you start even the business. You have to sit down, you have to calculate every bit of money that you are going to make, projected of course, like a business plan, what Chef Bhatia just now mentioned. So you need a very, very sound business plan which defines that, okay, this will be my sale, this is what I'm going to make, this will be my dishes, because there you have to play with the dishes, because as I said, you cannot put very high cost dishes, so otherwise your margin will be nothing. So there you have to make a good mix of different types of dishes on the menu. So some are like glamour dishes which attracts the customer, some are your like dishes which actually generates profit for you. So there is a whole mix, and based on that you make money. Otherwise, in a cloud kitchen, you cannot make money in today's date. There are several cloud kitchens which are coming up on a daily basis. A lot of queries come to me, but first of all, I ask them these few questions which I have just now shared with you. So even if you at a later stage as an entrepreneur you want to set up a cloud kitchen, please ensure that you focus on these aspects before you actually invest your money and you go into business. These are very important things. Otherwise, after putting the money, you'll see that, okay, you're not making money, you're running at a loss, then what are you going to do? Then there is no option. Okay?
Nice explanation, Goswami Chef. Yeah, please.
Yeah, I know. He's been, he's some fantastic this one, but I want to tell you one more thing about when you look at profitability, there is something called as a menu engineering. You call a dog, a star, a puzzle, and a plow horse. You go back to your menu, look, look at your menu, what sells more, what sells more, what is your profitability. If there is profitability, it's not selling, what can you do? You'll have to mix and match the menu. You can't stick to a standard menu. Like he said, location is important, the clientele are important, your staff are important, your menu description is important, the person who sells it is important. So that is where the profit comes in. Because if you've got a beautiful biryani and the guy can't explain, sir, rice, sir, mutton, sir, this one, today I sold vada, pongal, and chutney and bishwelabath to an Italian who eats arborio rice and carnaroli rice and recipe. You know, so that's where your thing is. Education is important. So look at your menus and revisit and be able to sell it. Even as a potato bonda or you say a rasgulla, I will call it a mini edible golf ball. Then an Englishman will understand. Rather than say rasgulla sir, or meetha mein dalta sir, he doesn't know. So he'll be wary of it. But when he eats it, it'll be pleasant. So how do you make him eat it? So that's where your skill comes in. Passion can never go out of fashion. Thank you.
Thank you, Chef Ramesh Babu Javaji. You explain the important about cost and management. Now, Mr. Akshay Kulkarni ji, I would like to ask the conventional kitchen, the fine dining kitchen and central kitchen are a banquet kitchen. What is the three difference when it comes to cost management, profitability? What is the main criteria to success fine dining and banquet kitchen?
Well, these are two very different kitchens. The first thing is when you're talking about a fine dine kitchen and when you're talking about a banquet kitchen. Banquet kitchen works on volumes. So it definitely is much easier to probably gain your profits when it comes to a banquet kitchen because the numbers are bigger and things become much more easier for a chef to handle. A lot of times you will probably find a chef who is sitting in a five-star hotel as an executive chef. A lot of cost of the a la carte probably is absorbed by the banquet kitchen too. But however, if you're talking two different entities altogether where you are just running a fine dine kitchen, the profitability would probably start from how the kitchen itself is going to get designed. You need to have a proper workflow balance out there. You need to ensure that you do not invest too much on things that are actually not required. You need to have a future plan and a goal as to what exactly you would like to achieve when you say fine dine. When you say fine dine, you're talking about this Michelin star kind of restaurants. And the major problem out here happens is if you're not sure how many clientele are going to dine, and then that's where things start going, the cost starts coming down. So probably having a well-planned kitchen, having only the limited required resources as far as chefs are concerned who are going to be working. So multi-talented chefs would probably help a lot so that you are not dependent on one chef doing just one thing. You can probably have one chef doing multiple tasks, which helps in cutting down your labor cost. Probably trying to have the right kind of produce coming into your kitchens, trying to find the right supplier so that you are not investing too much in getting the wrong products coming inside the kitchen, trying to do a great menu planning, trying to get local foods onto the menu so that you're not trying to import too many things out. Traveling is definitely a cost when it comes to ingredients. So all these factors would definitely play a key role in a great profitability in a fine dine kitchen. I'll probably give an example of, I recently had visited Mumbai, and I had visited the restaurant Mask. Fortunately, it's run by my own student, Varun Totlani. And I was just trying to understand his concept and how he goes about. So they are very clear, is you need to take an advance booking of, like, they don't take walk-ins. So you basically need to book a table well in advance. And once the table is booked, they've got a fixed menu. It's the chef's choice. They say that you don't get an a la carte menu. This is my menu, and this is what you get to eat out here. And once they are agreed, they pay the money in advance, so there is no question that he can refuse later on at any cost. And there is a probably a chef lady who talks to the guests, talking about all what they exactly require, how much spice, or they have any allergies, everything. And then they give a great experience. And at the end of the day, there is absolutely zero food wastage because they know that this is what they're going to cook. So I love that concept very much, and I think if a lot of fine dine can operate this way, I think we can definitely have a great profit margin. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Birbal Chef, as an executive chef, when it comes to cost management and profitability, what is your 20 years experience in this? How you will avoid the wastage of food? Maybe mise en place, maybe pre-cooked, maybe cold storage, whichever cuisine menu you do engineering. What is your inputs and tips? How to save the food waste during the production, not after the production. During the production, when food is ready for serve, lot of wastage happens. Correct? So what that impact on profitability and feasibility. So please tell us your experience and view.
Thank you, sir. Avoid wastage. Avoid wastage. Wastage, the chef should know how much the material he has received and what yield will be there, and yeah.
Welcome, Kashi Chef. Welcome, welcome.
The wastage is the main important while you are receiving the material, then how you are using. Example, mutton. If the chef does not know how to cut it properly, the wastage will go more. If the chef knows how to cut it, if he knows how many portions supposed to become in 1 leg, 1 kg, whatever the weight of the receiving. So if he knows, your wastage will come down. Your wastage will minimum. If he does not know anything, then he will make more of wastage and more of your.
Welcome.
The chef should know
Abhijit Saha, please
mainly that what part can we use where, and what part.
I would like to request Abhijit Saha to come on dia, please. Yes, Birbal Chef, boliye.
Yes.
No problem.
The wastage is very important, that to be taken care. The chef has to be very careful, knowledgeable, and the superior has to brief properly. Superior also should know in 1 kg how many portion can come, how many portion will come. So according to that, your wastage can be reduced. Also, your portioning, what you are serving to the guest, whatever is fixed. If you are serving more, if you are giving more, then again your cost is going to be high, which you will not know. So it's not only wastage where you can control and save the cost. Also there are many other factors other places where you can save the cost. Yes, sir?
Thank you,
sir.
Chef. I would like to ask Abhijit Saha. Today, the technology running digital, the technology driven, artificial intelligence is there. I would like to know from Chef Saha, sir, how this artificial intelligence, the technology, robo technology can, in case if they implement on commercial kitchen and hotels or central kitchen or banquet kitchen, how the cost management and profitability can help the hotelier.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Sorry for being late, and it's good that I could make it. Finally, maybe a little delayed. But yeah, today, cost is everything because ultimately we are in the business for profit. And, if you are able to save cost in any way, obviously, you are making your profitability goes up. So that is a clear understanding. So setting up of the saving of costs actually start from setting up of the kitchen. So it depends on how energy efficient kitchens equipment you are using. Also, it depends on the way that you are creating the layout of the kitchens and the kind of equipment that you are using, whether you're using it for the right purpose, the right equipment, because they will lead to a savings in terms of various things. First of all, in terms of energy saving, cost of operating, cost of maintenance, and making sure that when it is busy, you are able to churn out food very quickly and also efficiently. So that way you do the manpower savings. So that is a very, very important and a running savings that you can have while setting up the kitchen itself. So that is a very important role when you design the kitchen that comes in. So energy saving equipments properly planned and the right equipments to be used in the right to do the right kind of work. Now, obviously today artificial intelligence and machine learning has invaded every area of our life, and hospitality is no different, food service is no different, kitchen is no different, and cost saving is no different. So there are different programs that you can run while creating recipes through artificial intelligence that help you in giving the optimum output in terms of cost, in terms of seasonality, in terms of healthy ingredients, in terms of the best recipe, in terms of creating flavors that are most sought after, your customer point of view, and so many other factors. As a chef, you're supposed to consider so many factors when you are creating menus. But when you use the help of artificial intelligence, it computes it together based on its learnings and various other data that it has been fed with. It can create menus as well as it can create, what you call is recipes that are not just, cost efficient, but also that moves very fast and are also liked by customers. So when you do not waste anything, if your menu is good, appropriate, and it is the sought after menu by clients, then what happens is that you save money by reducing waste. Also, you are able to create a restaurant or a menu where it is liked by most customers and they come back regularly. So when your business goes up, your cost automatically comes down. So it's also a volume game, it's a quality game, it's a data game, it's a understanding your customer psychology better. So there is so many aspects that artificial intelligence can today help you with. And today we all have access to it. Even the basic versions of it are so advanced that if you use them properly, you cannot imagine how much benefit you can derive out of it. So I have very recently downloaded ChatGPT on my phone. I don't use it so far in a very particular manner, but I'm already seeing the benefits that I have been able to gain in the last week or so in my perception about the usage of artificial intelligence in the work that I do. So my work is related to both operating restaurants, being a chef, as well as consulting. So there is a wide range of work that I do, and I think that it can be your best assistant in terms of, saving time, efficiency, and effort and energy, and of course, cost.
Thank you, Abhijit Saha. Nimesh Chef, I would like to ask, is it cost versus sales is important in kitchen about profitability and accountability?
Very nice. I spoke some time back. The same thing is you have to find the best recipe. Best recipe not for cooking here, best recipe in your processes. So cost is one part of it, sales is one part of it, production is one part of it. Service design not only in terms of your restaurant, but service design of your kitchen using right pots and pans equipment and right placement of your pickup and the kitchen is very, very important. It can be, for example, some things like Indian breads, if you're doing an Indian restaurant. So Indian breads has to be closer to the place where you can have a repeat order coming in. So you can save on things which may tend to fall. The dishwashing has to be closer to it. And that's very, very important. So you have to find a perfect recipe. Cost versus sales, operations versus sale, and finding your best business plan that what you want to do and what you want to achieve. They can be niche, they can be volume. That is how it is, I think.
Thank you. Yes, Ramesh Babu Chef, now I would like to ask, nowadays new government talks about millet, Siridanya, local to vocal. As a executive chef, when you do the menu, you do a lot of menu engineering and everything. When it comes to local, the ingredients, how most important when you're sourcing your material, when you're making your menu, how that is going to support and impact on cost management and profitability?
100%. I'm glad you asked. I hope everybody knows about a word called locavore. So locavore is something that within a 100-kilometer radius, we buy our products. So when you say, like even PM Modi talks about India, our own, this one, what is the terminology, whatever. Okay, that we say to use our products. So it is better to use the locally sourced product, best of the thing, because it is pure, it is easily it is easily procurable. You can sustain the quality. Cost factor, like the previous question, how do you sustain the cost? So this is important about the thing. So it's very important that we are talking about how within the radius you're helping. Now we look at cage-free eggs. Cage-free eggs are where the eggs, meaning the chicken, are left not caged, not bound. So there is a freedom. If they are infected, everyone will die. So that might cost a little bit more, but it is healthy. It'll bring you more value. The nutrition is more. You can make more of an omelette out of that one. So that is the important part of it. That's how you do the locavore. So that is how you can win the customers. You can promote your area and such thing. This kind of answer, maybe I can join the political party. But anyway, I will.
Very well said.
Thank you very much, Nimish Bhatia Chef, Subroto Goswami, Chef Ramesh Babu Javaji, Chef Akshay Kulkarni, Chef Birbal, Chef Abhijit Saha. Thank you for joining today, making this program, Kitchen Management Profitability, very successfully. You are given highlights, you are shown your expertise and how important executive chef on the hospitality. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Girish, for
thank you.
moderating this. That's awesome.
Thank you, everybody. You are given opportunity to moderate this event function. Thank you, Word of Hospitality, Satish and team.
Yeah, panelists, please be
Please
here. We would
stay
like
back
to
on stage. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. We would request Mr. Ankit to please come here to present the panelists with this thing, and Satish also. इसके बाद में फिर they have a this thing for all of y'all, please. Yeah. No, Mr. Rao को felicitate करना है ना.
What is the name of that? Yeah. Champions Club. Oh, Champions Club. Thank you for champion. चल मैं हमारा championship लेकर जाएगा. चलते हैं. Okay, no, quickly because we have to stand. We have to go there. We are delaying that.
We'll have a good group photograph, please, first, and then we'll call him on stage. World of Hospitality would like to felicitate Mr. Rao. Please read out.
Thank you. Thank you, panelists. Thank you so much. I think the chefs are all required at ICC. All anticipation. Yes. You're awaited, chefs. Thank you so much for an interesting session. Yeah. I would. So, I'd like to talk about Champions Group. Champions Group is a leading business conglomerate, has a diverse portfolio that covers real estate, lifestyle, leisure, media, cloud computing, marketing, and data services. Thanks to Mr. Ankit, I'm sure everyone has met him, and we get to know about all the experiences they've been creating. In more than over a decade since inception, Champions Group has grown to be India's most trusted business enterprise. They have presence across India as well as abroad. And we would just like to, as from World of Hospitality, sir, we'd like to felicitate you, Mr. Subhakar Rao, the chairman of Champions Group. Please, Mr. Datta, sir.